The rain hammered against the viewport of my small apartment on the edge of the city. I sat alone, sipping lukewarm coffee, trying to finish my work reports, when the sound of voices froze me in place. Through the crack of my father's study door, I heard words that made my blood turn cold. "Vanessa will smile while we do it, or she's out. Simple." That was my father's voice. Then my sister Olivia's laugh, sharp, cruel. "Perfect. Everyone will be there to see it." And finally, my mother's calm agreement. In that moment, the truth sank in. The Christmas dinner I had spent months planning, organizing, and paying for wasn't a celebration. It was an ambush. My name is Vanessa Reed. I'm 29 years old. And this is how I stopped holding up a house that was never mine. For years, I had been the invisible backbone of my family. Every dinner I cooked, every event I organized, every success they toasted, was built on my effort, my silence, my need to be enough. But being useful is not the same as being valued. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't shout, I just planned. For the next 7 days, I worked quietly, making phone calls at midnight, signing new contracts under my name, and rerouting every catering order I had paid for. Every bill, every invoice, every delivery. I made 2 lists, one for what I owed them, and one for what they owed me. Christmas Eve arrived. My mother called, her voice sweet as poison. "Vanessa, where are you?" "Everyone's waiting," I laughed, a sound that didn't even sound like me anymore. "Don't wait for me, and don't wait for the catering either." And I hung up. Outside, the air smelled of chimney smoke and freedom. Inside, my mind was steady, my decision final. At exactly 8:30 p.m., I parked 1 block from their mansion. Through frosted windows, I saw golden lights, glittering decorations, and guests laughing, all waiting for the show where I was the punchline. They thought I would walk in like a fool. They didn't know I'd already stolen the script. I entered through the service door, the same one I had used for years, unseen, unnoticed. The house smelled like cinnamon and lies. I heard my mother's voice from the dining room. "When she finally shows, we'll toast." And my sister added, laughing, "We saved the best joke for last." That was my cue. The floor creaked beneath my boots as I stepped forward. Dozens of heads turned at once. Laughter died. I didn't rush. I let silence do the talking. "Funny," I said softly. "That's exactly what I came here to say." I placed an envelope on the table, thick, heavy with receipts. "Every catering order, every deposit, every dollar you thought was yours." "Was mine?" Gasps rippled around the table. My mother's hand shook as she opened the papers. My sister's laugh faltered. "You're bluffing." "Check the signatures," I said. "Dinner's already being served." At the homeless shelter downtown, the room froze. Their grand feast was gone, redirected to those who truly needed it. The doorbell rang. 3 men in coats entered, carrying empty catering boxes. "Delivery for the Reed family," one said. "Prepaid. Signed by Vanessa Reed," I smiled. "That's your Christmas dinner. Hope you brought an appetite for leftovers." My father slammed his fist against the table. "You ungrateful child." I met his glare. Not ungrateful, unpaid, unnoticed. And finally, done. The men left. The air thickened with silence. I placed 1 more card in front of my sister. "Open it!" Her hands trembled. Inside, bank statements, credit cancellations, and proof that the wedding fund she'd bragged about was gone. "You didn't," she whispered. "Oh, I did. You built this family on my silence." I just stopped being quiet. Then I went upstairs. My old room was exactly as I'd left it, frozen in time. Under my bed was a small lockbox. Inside, ownership documents, shares of the family business. They'd mocked me for being the event planner, but I'd been buying my shares for years. With the salary, they never cared to notice. They thought I was the servant. I was the shareholder. When I came back downstairs, the laughter was gone. Only whispers remained. I placed the papers on the table. "Family business," I said. "And lucky for me, I own most of it." The color drained from my father's face. My mother's hand went to her chest. My sister just stared, speechless. "Why?" she choked out. "Because you never saw me," I said quietly. You only saw what I could serve. I turned to leave. The cold night air rushed in, sharp and clean. Behind me, voices rose, desperate, pleading. Vanessa, wait! You'll regret this! But I didn't stop. I turned once, just enough to meet their eyes. I didn't burn this house down, I said softly. I just stopped holding it up. The door closed behind me. Snow fell, soft, endless, forgiving. Each flake whispered the same truth. You are no longer theirs to diminish. 3 months later, the lawyers finalized everything. The company was mine. My father retired. My mother pretended I didn't exist. My sister had a courthouse wedding. We still meet occasionally, polite, professional, distant. And that's enough. Because sometimes healing doesn't come from forgiveness. It comes from freedom, and on that Christmas night, I finally gave that gift to myself.